when they tread the path of humanity. That is, they subject their carnal desires, anger and other qualities to Sharia and reason. They becomes perfect and qualities like chastity, contentment, piety, shame, valor, charity, magnanimity, and forgiveness are nurtured in them. Oppressing the people or cheating them is also a way of the Satan. While the way of man is worship of Allah, obedience, recognition, truthfulness, sincerity, etc. One who walks the path of humanity is imbued with qualities like knowledge, wisdom, patience and thankfulness, submission and satisfaction, love and friendship, support and well-wishing, etc. Till he reaches the pinnacle of perfection and exceeds the angels. Rather, angels are ready to serve him. Once again I will soar higher than the angel. Then I shall become that which cannot be imagined. 23. Mullah Sadi Shirazi says, the physical body can be called human only if it has signs of humanity. It is not that the sign of humanity is a beautiful dress. If man is man due to eyes, tongue, ears, and nose, then what would be the difference between humanity and the designs on the wall? This eating, drinking, sleeping, anger and animal desires are all the qualities of animals, much less than humans. Become a real human being. Otherwise become a bird that utters only the words spoken by men. You have seen the bird fly high in the air. Just try to break the fetters of desire. Then you shall realize the flight of humanity. Why do you remain a prisoner to a demon? Aren't you human? See, even the angels cannot reach the status of man. If the beast in you is destroyed from your nature, you shall live your whole life as a man. Oh man, you reach to a stage that apart from God no one sees. See what is the lofty position of humanity. 24. Truth and reality. So we realize that hypocrisy is a satanic way and truth and belief is the human way. Man can spend his life in the human way. He can also achieve an exalted status in the hereafter. He shall live forever in joy and happiness. But what greater mistake man can commit when standing on the crossroads? He takes a wrong decision and leaves such a beautiful way. On the other hand, he treads the path of Satan and consequently bears untold difficulties that waylay this path. Even after death he is tied up in the chains and collars of fire, while the severe angels threaten him. What defect has man seen in a life of truth and piety that he left it? And instead of this way he chose the path of hypocrisy. Such a person is mentioned in Quran. He loses this world as well as the hereafter. 25,129. Giving up hypocrisy. It must also be emphasized that hypocrisy has many roots and it is of many subtle kinds that are not usually noticed. We must assure that not a single type of it remains. One who intends to be absolutely pure from hypocrisy and become the partisan of truth should study the words and characters of the most truthful people. Siddiqeen. The Holy Prophet heads the list of Siddiqeen. We should make their lives as our ideals. We should walk in their footsteps. We should note that these personages were aloof from hypocritical behavior. They did not announce anything unless they had made firm decision to do it, so that there may not be contradiction between their heart and their tongue. Here we shall be content to mention a tradition as an example. Some customs that are against reality. A follower of Imam Ja'far is Sadiq A.S. came to him while Ismail, the Imam's son, was also present. He greeted the Imam and sat near him. When Imam arose and left for his house, this man also followed till they reached the door of Imam's house. Imam told him to wait outside and he went in with his son. Ismail asked, "O father, why did you not just for courtesy's sake invite him inside?" Imam replied, "I did not want him to come inside. Even if you have invited he would not have entered." Imam Sadiq A.S. said, "My son, I dislike that. Allah should consider me a hypocrite." 26. So I will not say anything regarding which I have no firm intention. From the height of monotheism to the depravity of polytheism. Thus a person who becomes a polytheist has actually fallen from the great status of humanity. Monotheism is a strong fort of Allah. One who associates anyone or anything with Allah falls out of this fort. The Satan kidnaps him and deceives him. He commits the mistake of allowing himself to be deceived by the Satan. In this way he becomes distant from divine mercy. The Satan makes him involved in illegal desires and wrong wants. In brief, one who falls from the lofty status of monotheism to the debased position of polytheism, either The man-eating bird of carnal desires devours him, or he is blown away into the valley of deviation by the wind of satanic instigations. The demand of humanity. Monotheism. Man is the superior most creature. He has the loftiest position among the creations of Allah. However, this position is bestowed on him only if he remains attached to the Almighty. He achieves it only when he submits to the obedience of Allah. He considers everything that he has as Allah's property. He sees himself debased and degraded before the might of Allah. He looks upon all creatures as partners in the service of Allah. He believes that Allah is the giver of all bounties to him as well to others. According to him, Allah is the guardian of all the creatures. He must not consider any creature to be instrumental in influencing anyone's fate. He should consider all the creatures as mediums and channels. He may approach them for being mediums, but he must only consider them as such. He must have absolute regard only for Allah. For example, during an illness he can visit a doctor and if necessary take medicine. However, he should know that only Allah bestows a cure. If Allah had not given cure in the hands of the doctor or effect in the medicine, he would never have been cured. If Allah had not permitted, the doctor would not have succeeded in diagnosing the disease. Thus he should consider himself and all other creatures to be depending and in need of Allah in all aspects of their life. He should have firm belief that it is Allah who has brought us into this world and it is He alone who will take us away. Allah is one who bestows in excess and sometimes due to hidden wisdom He constrains the bounties. Allah is the one to protect us in the world and He alone can give us salvation in the hereafter. Allah is His Lord as well as of the others. Thus he should say,